The enduring legacy introducing Biblical Israel. Biblical Israel, a name that echoes through millennia, a whisper on the wind carrying tales of faith, struggle, and divine promise. It is a story that has captivated the hearts and minds of countless individuals, shaping religious beliefs, cultural landscapes, and even the course of history itself. From the dusty scrolls of antiquity to the bustling metropolises of the modern world, the legacy of this ancient people continues to resonate, offering timeless wisdom and profound insights into the human condition. But what exactly do we mean when we speak of Biblical Israel? Is it a geographical location, a political entity, a religious tradition, or perhaps all of these intertwined? The answer, as with many things steeped in ancient history and spiritual significance, is complex and multifaceted. At its core, Biblical Israel represents a people, a community bound together not by shared ancestry or geographic boundaries alone, but by a covenant with a God who called them out of obscurity and into a destiny fraught with both challenge and promise. Their story, as recounted in the sacred texts that form the foundation of Judaism and Christianity, is one of nomadic wanderings, divine encounters, miraculous deliverances, and ultimately, the establishment of a nation that would become a beacon of monotheism in a world dominated by polytheistic beliefs. It is a story that speaks of faith tested, promises made and kept, and the enduring power of a belief system that would forever alter the course of human history. In the following exploration, we will embark on a captivating journey through the annals of time, delving into the epic history of Biblical Israel. Our quest will take us from the creation narratives of Genesis to the patriarchs who laid the foundation for a nation. We will encounter towering figures like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose lives and experiences continue to inspire and challenge us today. And through it all, we will strive to gain a deeper understanding of the enduring legacy of Biblical Israel and its profound impact on the world we live in. A tapestry of faith, setting the stage. To truly appreciate the epic sweep of Biblical Israel's story, we must first set the stage by transporting ourselves back in time to a world vastly different from our own. Imagine a world where gods and goddesses were believed to inhabit every corner of existence, where natural phenomena were attributed to their whims and caprices, and where the concept of a single all-powerful God was a radical departure from the norm. It is within this ancient context, amidst the fertile valleys and arid deserts of the Near East, that the story of Biblical Israel begins to unfold. The stage is set not in grand palaces or bustling cities, but rather in the tents of nomads, under the vast expanse of the starry night sky. It is a world where life is harsh and unforgiving, where survival is a daily struggle, and where faith in a higher power offers solace and hope in the face of adversity. It is against this backdrop that we encounter the patriarchs, the founding fathers of the Israelite nation. These are not mythical heroes or legendary warriors, but rather ordinary men and women who, through their encounters with the divine, would shape the destiny of a people for generations to come. Their stories, passed down through oral tradition before being committed to writing, are imbued with a raw authenticity that continues to resonate with readers today. We will encounter Abraham, the man called by God to leave his homeland and journey to an unknown land, his faith tested at every turn. We will meet his son Isaac, a man of quiet strength and unwavering faith, and his grandson Jacob, a complex and often flawed individual who wrestled with both God and man. Through their trials and triumphs, their doubts and their unwavering belief, we will witness the unfolding of a divine plan that would forever alter the course of human history. Journeying through time, Genesis and the Patriarchs. Our journey commences with the book of Genesis, the first and foundational book of the Hebrew Bible. Here, amidst the grand narratives of creation, the fall of humanity, and the Great Flood, we find the seeds of the Israelite story planted. Genesis introduces us to a world in its infancy, a world where God's presence is palpable and where the fate of humanity hangs in the balance. It is within this primordial setting that we first encounter Abram, later renamed Abraham, the man who would become known as the father of many nations. Called by God to leave his home in Mesopotamia and journey to a land he has never seen, Abraham embarks on a journey of faith that will test his resolve and shape the destiny of his descendants. Accompanied by his wife Sarai, later renamed Sarah, Abraham sets out into the unknown, his heart filled with a mixture of trepidation and unwavering belief. The journey is fraught with challenges, famine, conflict, and the ever-present uncertainty of a nomadic existence. Yet, through it all, Abraham clings to the promise made to him by God, a promise of land, descendants as numerous as the stars, and a special relationship with the divine. Abraham's story is not merely a tale of ancient wanderings, it is a testament to the transformative power of faith. His willingness to uproot his life and follow God's call, even when it led him into the unknown, serves as a timeless example of obedience and trust in the face of adversity. It is through Abraham's journey and the covenant established between him and God that the story of biblical Israel truly begins to take shape. Table of Contents, Part 2, Genesis and the Patriarchs, about 3 sections. The covenant's enduring embrace, Abraham's legacy. Isaac, a legacy tested and renewed. Jacob wrestling with destiny and the divine. The covenant's enduring embrace, Abraham's legacy. Abraham's journey is punctuated by moments of profound significance, each one etching itself into the tapestry of biblical history. One such moment occurs when God establishes a covenant with him, a solemn agreement that would bind them together for generations to come. This covenant, sealed with the promise of land and descendants, forms the bedrock of the Israelite faith, shaping their identity and destiny for millennia to come. The covenant is not without its challenges. Abraham and Sarah, despite God's promise, remain childless for many years. Doubt creeps in, testing the limits of their faith. Yet they never fully lose hope, clinging to the belief that God's promise will be fulfilled. And in a testament to the power of faith, Sarah gives birth to Isaac in her old age, a miraculous event that reaffirms God's faithfulness to his promises. Abraham's faith is tested yet again when God commands him to sacrifice Isaac, his long-awaited son. This agonizing test pushes Abraham to his very core, forcing him to confront the depths of his devotion to God. Yet even in this moment of unimaginable anguish, Abraham remains obedient, his faith unwavering. At the last moment, God intervenes, sparing Isaac's life and reaffirming his covenant with Abraham. Abraham's journey is a testament to the enduring power of faith, the unwavering belief in a God who keeps his promises even when faced with seemingly insurmountable challenges. His story is one of obedience, sacrifice, and unwavering trust in the divine plan. Through his trials and triumphs, Abraham lays the foundation for a nation that would forever be known as the people of God. Isaac, the son born of miracle and promise, inherits the mantle of his father Abraham, bearing the weight of the covenant on his shoulders. His life, though less eventful than his father's, is no less significant. He becomes a symbol of continuity, a bridge between the founding father and the generations to come. Through Isaac, the covenant is reaffirmed and passed on, ensuring the fulfillment of God's promise. Isaac's life is marked by both blessings and trials. He experiences prosperity and abundance, becoming a wealthy and respected man in the land promised to his father. Yet he also faces challenges, including famine and conflict with neighboring peoples. Through it all, Isaac remains steadfast in his faith, demonstrating a quiet strength and unwavering devotion to God. One of the most poignant episodes in Isaac's life involves his 2 sons, Esau and Jacob. The rivalry between these twins, stemming from the blessing and inheritance promised to the firstborn, creates a rift in the family. Jacob, through cunning and deception, receives the blessing intended for Esau, setting in motion a chain of events that would have far-reaching consequences for the future of Israel. Despite the turmoil within his own family, Isaac remains a pivotal figure in the biblical narrative. He embodies the virtues of faith, obedience, and perseverance, carrying on the legacy of his father Abraham. Through his life and experiences, the covenant is renewed and strengthened, laying the groundwork for the emergence of a nation chosen by God. Jacob, the son who wrestled with both his brother and his destiny, emerges as a complex and compelling figure in the biblical narrative. His life, marked by both cunning and divine encounters, reveals the complexities of faith and the often winding path chosen by God. Through Jacob's struggles and triumphs, we witness the unfolding of a divine plan that extends far beyond human comprehension. Jacob's story is one of both deception and transformation. His early years are marked by rivalry with his brother Esau, culminating in the deceitful acquisition of his birthright and blessing. Fleeing from Esau's wrath, Jacob embarks on a journey that leads him to Haran, where he encounters his uncle Laban and falls in love with his cousin Rachel. Jacob's time in Haran is a period of both prosperity and hardship. He works for Laban for many years, acquiring wives and wealth, but also facing deception and betrayal. Through it all, Jacob's faith in God is tested and refined. He learns to rely on divine guidance, even in the face of adversity, recognizing that God's plan is ultimately for his good. One of the most transformative events in Jacob's life occurs on his journey back to Canaan. He wrestles with a mysterious figure throughout the night, emerging from the encounter with a new name, Israel, meaning he who wrestles with God. This pivotal moment marks a turning point in Jacob's life, signifying his transformation from a man marked by deception to one who has wrestled with God and emerged victorious. Abraham's story begins with a call, a divine summons that would forever alter the course of his life. Imagine, if you will, the bustling city of Ur, nestled in the heart of Mesopotamia, a land teeming with ancient traditions and polytheistic beliefs. It is here, amidst the familiar comforts of his homeland, that Abraham receives an extraordinary command from God. Go forth from your native land and from your father's house to the land that I will show you. This call is not merely a suggestion, it is a divine imperative, a life-altering directive that demands Abraham leave behind everything he knows and embark on a journey into the unknown. What thoughts must have raced through his mind as he received this extraordinary command? Fear, undoubtedly, at the prospect of leaving the security of his home and venturing into uncharted territory. Yet, amidst the trepidation, there must have also been a flicker of excitement, a sense of anticipation at the adventure that lay ahead. Abraham, in an act of remarkable faith and obedience, chooses to heed the call. He gathers his belongings, bids farewell to his homeland, and sets out with his wife Sarah and his nephew Lot on a journey of epic proportions. Theirs is a nomadic existence, their lives lived in tents, their days spent tending to their flocks and herds. They are strangers in a strange land, their faith tested at every turn. The journey from Ur to Canaan is not merely a geographical relocation, it is a spiritual pilgrimage, a transformative experience that shapes Abraham's character and deepens his relationship with God. With each step he takes, Abraham moves further away from the familiar comforts of his past and deeper into the embrace of the unknown, his faith serving as his compass and his guide. Section 2. Trials and Triumphs. A faith tested. Abraham's journey is not without its share of trials. He faces famine, conflict, and the ever-present challenges of life in a harsh and unforgiving land. He encounters kings and rulers, navigates complex tribal relations, and experiences both the generosity and the treachery of those he meets along the way. Through it all, his faith is tested and refined, his resolve strengthened by the knowledge that he is not alone in his journey. One of the most poignant trials Abraham faces is the barrenness of his wife Sarah. God had promised him descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky. Yet years turn into decades, and Sarah remains childless. The weight of this unfulfilled promise hangs heavy on their hearts, testing the limits of their faith and their hope for the future. Yet even in the face of doubt and despair, Abraham's faith does not waver. He continues to trust in God's promises, clinging to the belief that the Almighty is faithful and that His word will be fulfilled. And in a testament to the power of faith, God's promise is realized when Sarah miraculously gives birth to a son, Isaac, in her old age. Isaac's birth is a cause for great rejoicing. He is the embodiment of God's faithfulness, a living testament to the power of belief. His very existence is a miracle, a sign that nothing is impossible for God. With Isaac's birth, Abraham's faith is renewed, his heart filled with gratitude and awe at the wonders of the divine. Section 3. Covenant of Promise. A legacy forged central to Abraham's journey is the establishment of a covenant, a sacred agreement between him and God that would shape the destiny of his descendants for generations to come. This covenant, rooted in God's unconditional love and faithfulness, forms the bedrock of the Israelite faith, serving as a source of both identity and purpose. The The covenant is multifaceted, encompassing both promises and obligations. God promises Abraham land, descendants, and a special relationship with the divine. Abraham, in turn, is called to walk before God in faithfulness and obedience, to lead his household in the ways of righteousness, and to serve as a blessing to all the families of the earth. This covenant is not merely a contractual agreement. It is a testament to God's unwavering love for humanity and his desire to establish a relationship with his chosen people. It is a covenant of grace, freely given and undeserved, a testament to the depths of God's compassion and mercy. The covenant with Abraham is not a static agreement, but a dynamic and evolving relationship. It is tested and refined through the experiences of Abraham's descendants, its meaning deepened and enriched with each passing generation. It is a covenant that transcends time and space, its relevance echoing through the corridors of history, offering hope and inspiration to countless individuals across cultures and faiths. Section 4. A Father's Heart, Sacrifice and Surrender. Perhaps the most challenging test of Abraham's faith occurs when God commands him to sacrifice his beloved son, Isaac. Imagine, if you will, the weight of this command, the unimaginable anguish that must have gripped Abraham's heart as he prepared to obey. Isaac, the son of promise, the long-awaited heir, the embodiment of God's faithfulness. How could he possibly offer him as a sacrifice? Yet Abraham, in an act of unimaginable obedience, chooses to trust in God's plan, even when it seems incomprehensible. He leads Isaac to Mount Moriah, builds an altar, binds his son, and raises his knife, ready to carry out the divine command. It is a moment of profound surrender, a testament to the depth of Abraham's faith and his unwavering belief in God's goodness, even in the face of unimaginable darkness. At the last moment, as Abraham is about to strike the fatal blow, an angel of the Lord intervenes, staying his hand and providing a ram to be sacrificed in Isaac's place. Isaac is spared, and Abraham's faith is rewarded. He has passed the ultimate test, demonstrating a level of obedience and surrender that few can comprehend. This harrowing experience, known as the Akedah, or the binding of Isaac, reveals the depths of Abraham's faith and the transformative power of surrender. It is a story that has resonated throughout history, sparking theological debates, inspiring artistic masterpieces, and offering profound insights into the nature of faith, sacrifice, and the complex relationship between humanity and the divine. With the passing of Isaac, the mantle of leadership and the weight of the covenant fall upon the shoulders of Jacob, a man whose life is a tapestry woven with threads of cunning, ambition, and ultimately profound spiritual transformation. Unlike his father, whose life was marked by quiet strength and steadfast faith, Jacob's journey is one of constant striving, of wrestling with both human adversaries and the divine. From his very birth, Jacob is portrayed as a man of duality, his nature encompassing both the shrewdness of a pragmatist and the yearning of a spiritual seeker. His rivalry with his twin brother Esau sets the stage for a lifetime of challenges and triumphs, shaping him into the patriarch who would father the 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob's early years are marked by a series of pivotal events that reveal his complex character. Through cunning and deception, he obtains both his brother's birthright and his father's blessing, setting in motion a chain of events that leads him to flee his homeland and seek refuge with his uncle Laban in Haran. This flight from Esau's wrath marks a turning point in Jacob's life. He leaves behind the familiar comforts of his childhood home and embarks on a journey into the unknown, a journey that will test his resolve, shape his destiny, and ultimately lead him to a profound encounter with the divine. Jacob's journey to Haran is not without its perils and its blessings. He encounters both kindness and treachery, experiencing the vagaries of fate and the unpredictable nature of human relationships. It is during this time that he meets and falls in love with Rachel, his cousin and the daughter of his uncle Laban. Laban, a shrewd and calculating man, agrees to give Rachel's hand in marriage to Jacob in exchange for 7 years of labor. Jacob, driven by his love for Rachel, readily agrees to these terms, his heart filled with hope and anticipation for the day he will finally be united with his beloved. However, Laban deceives Jacob on his wedding night, substituting his elder daughter Leah in Rachel's place. Jacob, outraged by this betrayal, confronts Laban, who agrees to give him Rachel as well, in exchange for another 7 years of labor. These 14 years of labor are a testament to Jacob's resilience and his unwavering love for Rachel. He endures hardship and betrayal, his character tested at every turn. Yet, he remains steadfast in his commitment to Rachel, his love for her a beacon of hope in the midst of adversity. After many years in Haran, Jacob, now a wealthy man with a large family, decides to return to his homeland. He fears Esau's wrath, but he is also drawn back to the land promised to his forefathers, the land that holds the weight of his heritage and his destiny. As Jacob journeys towards Canaan, he sends messengers ahead to Esau, seeking reconciliation after years of estrangement. The messengers return with news that Esau is approaching with 400 men, filling Jacob with fear and trepidation. That night, as Jacob camps by the Jabbok River, he has a profound and life-altering encounter. A mysterious figure wrestles with him throughout the night, and as dawn approaches, the figure touches Jacob's hip, putting it out of joint. The figure demands to know Jacob's name, and as Jacob reveals his identity, the figure renames him Israel, meaning he who wrestles with God. This wrestling match, both physical and spiritual, marks a turning point in Jacob's life. He emerges from the encounter transformed, his name and his nature forever changed. Section 4. The 12 Tribes, a Nation Emerges. Jacob, now Israel, the man who has wrestled with God and emerged victorious, continues his journey to Canaan. He meets Esau, and to his surprise, his brother welcomes him with open arms, their years of animosity seemingly forgotten. Israel settles in the land of Canaan, his family growing and prospering. He has 12 sons, each destined to become the head of a tribe, their descendants forming the 12 tribes of Israel. These 12 sons, born of 4 different mothers, Leah, Rachel, Bilhah, and Zilpah, represent the diverse strands of Israel's lineage, their stories intertwined in a complex tapestry of love, rivalry, and reconciliation. Among Israel's sons, Joseph, the son of his beloved Rachel, holds a special place in his heart. Joseph's story, a tale of betrayal, forgiveness, and the fulfillment of God's providence, becomes a pivotal chapter in the saga of Israel. Through Joseph's experiences in Egypt, where he rises to a position of power and influence, Israel and his sons are eventually reunited, escaping famine and finding refuge in the fertile land of Goshen. This reunification marks a significant turning point in Israel's history, laying the foundation for their eventual exodus from Egypt and their journey towards becoming a nation. Section 5. Legacy and Promise. Looking ahead. As Jacob's life draws to a close, he gathers his sons together and bestows upon them blessings and prophecies, foretelling their destinies and the future of their descendants. These blessings, imbued with both hope and cautionary tales, serve as a roadmap for the generations to come, guiding them through the challenges and triumphs that lie ahead. Jacob's legacy is multifaceted. He is remembered as a patriarch, a man who wrestled with God and emerged victorious, his name forever linked to the nation that would bear his name, Israel. He is also remembered as a father, his 12 sons representing the 12 tribes of Israel, their descendants destined to inherit the promises made to Abraham and Isaac. The story of Jacob, from his birth to his deathbed pronouncements, is a testament to the transformative power of faith, the enduring nature of God's covenant, and the complex interplay of human choices and divine providence. His life, a tapestry woven with threads of cunning, ambition, love, loss, and ultimately, profound spiritual growth, serves as a reminder that even in the midst of our flaws and failings, God's grace is sufficient, and His purposes will prevail. The legacy of Jacob and his sons lays the groundwork for the next chapter in the epic history of Israel, their descent into Egypt, their eventual exodus under the leadership of Moses, and their journey towards becoming a nation chosen by God. Section 1. A Tapestry of Faith. Reflecting on the patriarchal journey. As we conclude our journey through the patriarchal narratives, from the plains of Mesopotamia to the rugged terrain of Canaan, we find ourselves reflecting on the profound tapestry of faith, struggle, and divine promise that has unfolded before our eyes. Abraham, the father of many nations, embarked on a journey into the unknown, his unwavering belief in God's call shaping not only his own destiny, but also the fate of generations to come. Isaac, the son of promise, embodied the virtues of quiet strength and steadfast faith, carrying the torch of the covenant forward amidst trials and triumphs. Jacob, the wrestler with God, navigated a life marked by both cunning ambition and profound spiritual transformation. His story a testament to the enduring power of divine grace and the complex interplay between human agency and divine providence. From Abraham's covenant with God to Jacob's wrestling match by the Jabbok River, these patriarchal narratives offer timeless insights into the human condition. Our capacity for both great faith and profound fallibility, our yearning for meaning and purpose, and our enduring search for connection with the divine. The stories of these patriarchs are not merely ancient tales relegated to the dusty pages of history. They are living narratives that continue to resonate with profound relevance in the modern world. They speak to the challenges we face in our own lives, the uncertainties we encounter, the choices we make, and the consequences that ripple through time. They offer solace in times of hardship, inspiration in moments of doubt, and a reminder that even in the midst of our imperfections, God's grace is sufficient and His purposes will prevail. As we reflect on the lives of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we are invited to consider our own place within this grand narrative of faith. How are we called to live lives of obedience and trust, even when the path ahead seems uncertain? How do we grapple with the complexities of faith, wrestling with doubt and despair while clinging to the hope of God's promises? And how can we, like the patriarchs of old, leave a legacy of faith for generations to come? Section 2. Echoes in Eternity. The enduring significance. The enduring significance of these biblical narratives lies not only in their historical and theological weight, but also in their timeless capacity to speak to the depths of the human experience. The patriarchs, though products of a distant time and culture, grapple with challenges that transcend temporal boundaries. The search for meaning and purpose, the struggle to reconcile ambition with integrity, the enduring power of love and loss, and the unwavering belief in a God who guides our steps, even when the path ahead seems shrouded in darkness. Abraham's willingness to leave behind the familiar comforts of his homeland in response to God's call resonates with our own journeys of faith, reminding us that true obedience often requires courage, sacrifice, and a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones. Isaac's quiet strength and steadfast faith, even in the face of deception and disappointment, serve as a beacon of hope for those who navigate the challenges of life with unwavering integrity. And Jacob's transformation from a cunning manipulator to a man who wrestles with God and emerges with a new name and a new nature offers a powerful testament to the transformative power of divine grace. These patriarchal narratives also highlight the importance of covenant and community in the life of faith. Abraham's covenant with God, sealed with the promise of land, descendants, and a special relationship with the divine, forms the bedrock of the Israelite faith, providing a sense of identity, purpose, and belonging that transcends generations. The stories of Isaac and Jacob, as they navigate the complexities of family relationships, tribal alliances, and the challenges of leadership, underscore the importance of community, both as a source of support and as a crucible for growth and transformation. The echoes of these ancient stories reverberate through history, shaping religious beliefs, cultural values, and ethical frameworks across time and space. From the foundations of Judaism and Christianity to the artistic masterpieces inspired by these narratives, the legacy of the patriarchs continues to inspire, challenge, and shape our understanding of faith, family, and the human condition. Section 3. A timeless narrative. Biblical Israel's impact on faith and society. The story of biblical Israel, as embodied in the lives of the patriarchs, has had a profound and enduring impact on both faith and society, shaping religious beliefs, cultural values, and ethical frameworks across millennia. It is a story that has inspired countless individuals, sparked theological debates, fueled artistic expressions, and provided a moral compass for navigating the complexities of human existence. At the heart of this impact lies the concept of monotheism, the belief in a single, all-powerful God who is the creator and sustainer of all that exists. This revolutionary idea, first articulated in the patriarchal narratives, challenged the polytheistic beliefs of the ancient world, paving the way for the emergence of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, three of the world's major religions. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is not a distant deity removed from human affairs, but a God who is intimately involved in the lives of his people, a God who makes covenants, keeps promises, and guides the destiny of nations. Beyond its theological significance, the story of biblical Israel has also had a profound impact on ethical and moral values. The Ten Commandments, received by Moses at Mount Sinai, have become a cornerstone of Western law and morality, shaping our understanding of justice, compassion, and the sanctity of life. The prophetic tradition, rooted in the covenant relationship between God and Israel, has inspired social justice movements throughout history, challenging oppression, advocating for the marginalized, and calling for a more just and equitable world. The story of biblical Israel, from the journeys of the patriarchs to the establishment of a nation, is a testament to the enduring power of faith, the importance of covenant and community, and the transformative impact that one person's obedience and trust in God can have on the course of history. It is a story that continues to resonate with profound relevance in the modern world, offering timeless wisdom, enduring hope, and a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of humanity and the divine.